Hello, my dear students. Welcome back to the video lesson. I'm Shweta Gupta, your maths teacher, and today I'm going to teach you exercise 10E of lesson number 10. The topic of the exercise is dividing a decimal fraction by numbers like 10, 100, 1000 and their multiples. So, let's get started. Children, when we divide a decimal fraction by numbers like 10, 100, 1000 and their multiples, the decimal point shifts left as many places as there are zeros in the divisor. And you know children, this is the opposite of what happens when a decimal fraction is multiplied by 10, 100 and so on. So let's understand this with the help of example. Here we are, in this example, we are dividing 75.8, which is a decimal fraction, by 10. And now children, we can write 75.8 as 758 upon 10 divided by 10. Now we will put the multiplication sign and then we will write the reciprocal of 10, that is 1 by 10. So 758 by 10 multiply by 1 by 10, which is equal to 758 by 100. And now it can be written as decimal fraction as equal to 7.58. So now children, what we have observed that we are dividing 75.8 by 10 and in 10 there is 1 0. So the decimal point in our product, the product that we get is 7.58. So here the decimal point you can see is after the digit 7, right? Or it is before the digit 2, or you can say that the position of the decimal point is third from the right hand side. So when we are dividing 75.8 by 10, since there is 1 0 in 10, the decimal place also shift one place toward the left side. That is, initially it was before 8. Now it will shift one place towards the left side and now it will come before 5. And that is why our product is 7.58. So children, zeros in divisor is equal to 1. So the point shift left one place and now the digit which was at 1's place, that is 5. Now this is at 10 place. Clear? So the ones become 10. Now children, same way if we divide 75.8, that is the same decimal fraction, by 100. Then what will happen? 758 by 10 divided by 100, and then we will write the reciprocal and put the multiplication sign, that is 758 by 10 multiply by 1 by 100, which is equal to 758 by 1000. And now we can write this common fraction as decimal fraction, which is equal to 0.758. Now children, you just observe that the number of 0 in divisor 100 is 2. So the decimal point in the product shifts 2 places towards the left side, right? So the decimal point which was before 8, now it shifts 2 points towards the left side, 2 places towards the left side, and now it has come before 7, and therefore our product is 0.758. In the same way children, when we divide the same decimal fraction 75.8 by 1000, let's see what happened. 75.8 is written as 758 by 10 divided by 1000. Then we will write the reciprocal of 1000. So 758 by 10 multiplied by 1 upon 10, 1000, which is the reciprocal of 1000. And this is equal to 758 by 10,000, right? And now which in turn is equal to 0.0758. So now children, the 0 in the divisor, that is 1000, is 3. So the decimal point shifts 3 places towards the left side. Therefore, now the decimal point which was before 8 will come before 0. And children, since we know that the decimal point has to shift 3 places towards the left side, but in our decimal fraction 75.8 there are only 2 digits. So what we are going to do, we have to place 1 0. That is why we have placed 1 0 before 7, and then before that 0 we have placed the decimal point, right? So we can say that if the number of places to shift is more than the number of digits in the integral part, as you can see in the integral part there are 2 digits, 7 and 5, and number of places to be shifted is 3, and that is why so we have to put 0 in front to make up for the difference, right? So our product is 0.0758. So now children, let's come to exercise 10E and let's solve some of the sums from this exercise. The first one is fill in. So here what we have to do, we have to divide 1.07 by 10. Now children, even without doing the division, we can directly also write down the answer, as we know that the number of 0 in the divisor is 1. So the decimal point will shift 1 place towards the left side. So our answer should be 0.107 or 0.107. But the steps are like this. 1.07 can be written as 107 upon 100 divided by 10, which in turn is equal to 107 upon 100 multiplied by 1 by 10, which is equal to 107 upon 1000. And this can be written as decimal fraction as 0.107. So children, you can very well see that the decimal point has shifted 1 place towards the left side because there are 1 0 in the divisor. That is, there is 1 0 in the 10. So now our product is 0.107. Now let's do the E part of question number 1. Here we have 310.3 divided by 100. Now first let's do the division. 310.3 can be written as 3103 by 10 divided by 100, which in turn is equal to 3103 upon 10 multiplied by 1 upon 100, which is the reciprocal of 100. Now this will be equal to 3103 upon 1000, which can be written as decimal fraction as 3.103. Now children, in the product you can very well see that since there are 2 0 in the divisor 100, so the decimal point has shifted 2 places towards the left side. So our product is 3.103. Now children, let's do the next question, which is the F part of question number 1. Here we have to divide 25.72 by 100. So 25.72 can be written as 2572 by 100 divided by 100, which in turn is equal to 2572 by 100 multiplied by 1 upon 100, which in turn is equal to 2572 upon 10,000, right? And this can be written as decimal fraction as 0.2572. Now children, if you see the product, you can very well make out that the decimal, since there are 2 0 in 100, so the decimal place has shifted 2 places towards the left side. So it was in the decimal fraction, it was before 7, but now in the product it is before 2. So it has shifted 2 places towards the left side. Now let's do the next one, which is the I part of question number 1. Here we have to divide 4200.8 by 1000. So we can write 4200.8 as 42008 by 10 divided by 1000. This is equal to 42008 by 10 multiplied by the reciprocal of 1000, which is 1 upon 1000. Now this in turn is equal to 42008 upon 10,000, right? Now children, we can write this as decimal fraction, which is equal to 4.2008. So here again in the product we can see that since there are 30 in 1000, so the decimal point has shifted 3 places towards the left, and therefore our product is 4.2008. Now children, the K part of question number 1, here we have to divide 86.59 by 1000. Again, 86.59 can be written as common fraction as 8659 by 100 divided by 1000. 8659 by 100 multiplied by 1 upon 1000, which in turn is equal to 8659 by 100,000, and this can be written as decimal fraction, and then it is equal to 0.08659. Now children, when you observe the product, you can make out that since there are 30 in the divisor, that is 1000, in 1000 there are 30, so our decimal point has to shift 3 places towards the left side. But in the integral part, we can see there are 2 digits, 8 and 6, right? So we have to add 1 0 before 8, right? And then our answer is 0.08659. Now let's do the O part of question number 1. Here 1.8 divided by 1000, right? So 1.8 can be written as 18 by 10 divided by 1000. 18 by 10 multiplied by 1 upon 1000, which in turn is equal to 18 by 10,000, which can be written as 0.0018. Now children, we can also write the answer directly. How? By just watching the number of 0 in 1000, which is 3, and so we have to shift the decimal point in 1.8 towards 3 places towards the left side. But in the integral part, there is only one digit, that is 1. So what we have to do? We have to place 2 0 before 1, and then we will write the decimal point. So our answer is 0.0018. So now children, let's do the second question. C part of question number 2. Here we have to divide 36.45 by 90. So let us see how we will divide 36.45 by 90. Children, 36 is less than 90, so we have to take one more digit, that is 4. But before that, we have to write point in the question. And so now we have to divide 364 by 90. So 94s are 360, so we will write 4 in the question and 360. And then we will subtract 360 from 364, and what do we get? We get 4 as the remainder. Now we will bring down 5, and then it becomes 45. But 45 is less than 90, so what we have to do? We have to add 1 0, and it will become 450. But in the question, since we have brought down 5, but it was not divided by 90, so we have to put 1 0 in the question. So in the question, after 4 we will put 0, and now we will divide 450 by 90. So 95s are 450, so we will write 5 in the question, and then we will divide 450 by 450 by 90. We will write 450 subtracted by 450, which is 0. So our remainder is 0, and therefore our quotient or our answer is 0.405. Now let's do the next part, D part of question number 2. Here we have to divide 3.51 by 20. So let us find 3.51 divided by 20. Since 3 is less than 20, so we have to take one more digit, that is 5. So the number will become 35, but before that we have to put this point in the quotient, and after that 35 divided by 20. So 20 ones are 20. Therefore, in the quotient we will write 1 after the decimal point. And now 20. So 35. We will subtract 20 from 35 and we get 50. Now we will bring down 1 and now our number will become 151. Now we will divide 151 by 20. So 27s are 140. So we will write 7 in the quotient and now we will subtract 140 from 151. We get 11. Now we will add 1 0 as after putting decimals in the quotient we can add 1 0 at every step of our division. So we will add 1 0 and our number will become 110. Now we will divide 110 by 20. 25s are 100. So in the quotient we will write 5 and now we will subtract 100 from 110. We get 10 and again in this step we will add 0 and then we will divide 100 by 20. So 25s are 100. So we write again 15 in the quotient and 100 minus 100 0. So our answer is 0.1755. Now children, let's do another question, that is C part of question number 3. Here we have to divide 6.2 by 100. So let us find 6.2 divided by 500. Now children, since 6 is less than 500, so first we will put 0. After that there is a decimal point, so we will put decimal point in the question and then we have number 62. But 62 is also less than 500. So we will put 10 after 2 and now our number will become 620 and in the question it will be 0.0 and then we will divide 620 by 500. So 500 ones are 500. So we will put 1 in the quotient and then 500 subtracted from 620 which gives 120. Now we will add 10 and we will divide 1200 by 500. So 500 twos are 1000. So in the quotient part we will write 2 and 1000 subtracted from 1200. What will be the remainder? It will be 200. So again we will add 10 and now 2000 divided by 500. So 500 fours are 2000. So here in the quotient we will write 4 and now 2000 subtracted from 2000 gives 0 as remainder. So our answer is 0.0124, right? So now let's come to the next part, which is the D part of question number 3. So here we have to divide 250.24 by 800. So let us find 250.24 divided by 800. Since 250 is less than 800, so what we have to do? We have to take one more digit, but before that there is a decimal point. So we will put a decimal point in the quotient. Now we will divide 2502 by 800. So 800 threes are 2400. So in the quotient part we will write 3 after the decimal point and then 2400 subtracted from 2502 gives 102, right? Now we will bring down 4 and now our number is 1024. So we will divide 1024 by 800. So 800 ones are 800. So in the quotient we will write 1 and now we will subtract 800 from 1024. What do we get? We get 224. Now children, after the decimal point we know that we can add 10 at every step of the division. So here we will add 10. So our number will become 2240. Now we will divide it by 800. So 800 twos are 1600. So now we subtract 1600 from 2240. We get 640. Again we will add 10. Now it becomes 640. 6,400. Now we divide it by 800. So 808 are 6,400, right? So in the question we write 8, and now 6,400 subtracted from 6,400 gives 0 as the remainder. So our answer is 0.3128. Now children, this is your home assignment. You are going to do these questions in your maths homework copy in a very neat and clean handwriting and on your own. This way we have come to the end of our video lesson. I hope you have very well understood the concept which were explained in this video lesson. Thank you, my dear students. Keep watching, keep learning.